wai tutula loli wai tutula loli wai tutula namwasiza loli wai tutula loli wai tutula loli wai tutula.
Welcome back to my story. As I said earlier, I'm having Honorable Wanyonyi. As he's telling a story, and one thing I've learned, you might come from a family, a polygamous family, and yet the head of family makes it wonderful. But then, in the days we are living in is a bit challenge, according to our guests today. Why do you see it a challenge when it comes to polygamous family?
Circumstances have changed. For example, look at the economic situation. Those days, a salary of a teacher like my father, he could sustain so many things. Today, even if you are a cabinet minister, it is very tough for you. Children, even getting education is tough. It's not very easy. So I think lifestyle and the circumstances have completely shifted from those days to today, and I believe I think it's for the better. We are even now going into the situation where we want smaller families.
Yeah.
Nobody is interested in having a large family anymore. Even women now, they are career women, they are working. She doesn't want to have all the time being in a maternity or whatever. So it is something that now it is, I think the changes have come, and we don't need that. We don't need that kind of lifestyle. Yeah.
Were you born again? How was your Christian life all through?
I am a Christian, born Catholic, bred Catholic. I am a practicing Catholic, I can say. I'm a very faithful person, very staunch, pious. So I have grown, and my grandfather was a catechist. So he insisted everyone was baptized at very early stage. Then you grow up in that same system, you are taken through the system until you toe the line. You can never, and I think that was inculcated in us, and we believe, I still hold it very, very strongly, up to date. My children.
Has helped you.
At one time, I even contemplated of trying to become a priest, but I don't know where that.
What went wrong?
How I defeated from that path. Yeah.
And after college, you joined your brother's farm. How long did you practice law?
I worked in his law firm for like 3 years. And then I moved on and opened my own.
When?
2000.
2000. What made you?
To move on from my brother's office.
Yes.
I wanted to create my own identity.
You wanted to grow.
I wanted to grow. I wanted to create my own identity. And again, the other thing that made me also move on was because after my accident, and I ended up in this wheelchair, I realized that people changed the way they were looking at me. They thought I was simply surviving on my brother's whims or something. So that really did not go very well with me, because I thought I was trying, but nobody believed.
You're doing what is supposed to be done.
Yes.
What happened to Honorable? Let me take you back to go. What happened for you to be in that wheelchair? When you can hear the accent, but would like to hear what happened.
In 1998, after my day work, then I was a practicing lawyer. I ended up in my office, and in the evening I left to go home to my family. Along the way I met a friend whom I offered to drop at his Westlands. Then I go back home. After I dropped him, some two men accosted me at the parking, and before I knew what was happening, this guy was pointing a gun at me, and he told me to come out of the car. I did. I stopped, and then when I left, they took the car. So I thought maybe the story has ended there. But when I was leaving, one of them shouted, "Shoot him." So I turned to look whether they are talking about me or somebody else. Before even I turned, something hit me in the back, and I fell down. So when I tried to stand up, I was unable. I tried to stand up, I was unable. Then I just felt like something, part of me was missing. And people around there, because it was within an estate, people started shouting that I've killed somebody, and the people were running around. But one brave guy just came very close and looked and said, no, he's still alive. And then they took me and put me on a vehicle and rushed me to hospital.
So they hit you in the back?
In the back, right in the spinal cord. So the bullet was lodged in the spinal cord, rushed to the hospital, they operated, removed it, but the damage had been done. The damage had been done. So I stayed there for some time. I went abroad for treatment and still came back. There was no cure for that. So I was told you'll spend the rest of your life on a wheelchair.
I'm sorry about that. But then everything, I believe as a Christian, happens for a reason. Yeah. Then did you ever follow up the case too about that?
We did. And after some time, we even recovered the car from, things happen very funny. This guy, whoever had taken the car, took it to the mechanic, my mechanic, who used to repair that car. They changed the number plate, they done everything, but the mechanic knew that car very well. Yeah. So when he saw it and opened the bonnet, he looked and said, no, hii ni gari ya team. So he called me. He called me and said, hey, kuna gari hapa. Mimi naona ni kama gari yako. So we rushed there. We went to check, and I had a spare key of that car. So when I went there with that key, I tried the same car. And before then, there was a mark there on that car which
they wouldn't say, but
they could not move. So I just looked, I said, no, this is the car. And then those guys were arrested, but they went to court and said they bought it from a car bazaar. We had no evidence to pin them down. I never saw the people who stole the car from me, because it was at night and it was in the dark. It was so quick. I never noticed. I never knew who they were, their identity. So the story just ended like that.
How did that change your life, especially you being in a wheelchair? The challenges you've gone through so far?
It was a tough calling in the beginning, because you realize all of a sudden you are a career person. Your career involves a lot of movement, and then all of a sudden that ends just like that, and you are told you can never walk. I can never go to those courtrooms that I loved so much. And then I was like, my life has ended. I spent a lot of time agonizing and wondering, what else? Is it worth it? Is it worth even being alive? But something just kept on speaking to me and saying, no, you can make it, you can make it. But my wife was so determined. She kept on encouraging me and saying, no, you'll make it. And then I look at her, then she's a very young woman with small kids. Then I said, okay, if I don't live for myself, then I'll live for these people. So I struggled on, and after I went through a process of rehabilitation, I think it changed completely, because I was told there, even with your disability, you can still live a near to normal life. You can live a near to normal life, and nothing can stop you from whatever you want to do.
That's true.
And I believe that. And from there, I came back. I was determined to go back to my work, although some people could not believe me, but nothing could slow me down. I kept on going and going. And including my family, they said, no. But I said, yes, I'm going to make it.
There is someone watching outside there today, and maybe they have gone through what you went through, or something worse, and they feel like it's the end of their life. What can you tell them?
I tell them, if something happened to you, don't look at what you have lost. Look at what you still have. It is, sometimes we focus so much on our loss and we forget the positive side of the story. And it says that when one door closes, the other one, there are many others that open for you. And sometimes you find you keep on staring at the closed door, and you miss the other one that is open for you. So just wrap yourself, put behind all the stress, and move on.
At what point,
and be positive.
Thank you so much. At what point did you realize, now I want to move to politics?
After that was in 2008, because one, I believed that people with disability are not adequately represented in any sector of our society, be it in government employment, in whatever other, even in education sector, you find they are lacking, they are left behind completely. So I thought, how can I make a difference in this? I decided to use myself to come out strongly and engage the political leadership. So in 2008, I joined Raila Odinga's presidential campaign, and I was on the platform championing the rights of people with disability. And I fought, and we said we must give a chance and opportunity to people with disability also to occupy a political space and also get employment in government. And there's so many other people with disability who have gone through school. Some have done very well, but are never employed. They're never employed. Nobody wants to touch them. They think it is expensive employing them, which is, I think, a misconception. But most of us who have been there, we have shown that it is never that thinking, the attitude, the mindset, and all that. If we change our mindset, then the rest is very easy.
And that's, went for that and go. So
and that year, when I campaigned for Raila Odinga, after that, I was nominated to be a councillor at Nairobi City Council. I went there, and when I went there with a promise that I'll be the mayor of Nairobi. So I went there, and then when I reached there, I found these elected councillors. They were so hostile. They became like, I'm being embossed, I'm being what? So I said, no. Me, I've come here like anybody else. So whoever you want to be your mayor, I'm comfortable. So I served there as a councillor. I was the chairman of education, and later I became the chairman of ICT and all that. And every department that I was serving in, it was one of the best in the city. And I was determined just to make a statement for people with disability, that they, even them, wherever they are, let them look at me and then also move on that path.
So you proved to them disability is not inability.
It's not inability. And in 2012, I decided I am not going to wait to be nominated. I will go out there and fight, and I will be elected.
What were the challenges you went through, all through campaigning in a situation? And I understand many people also that are so discriminating.
It was tough. First, I went to a constituency which was headed by a man who everybody thought was a no-nonsense fellow. He used to clobber people if you joke with him. So when I reached there, everybody was asking, "Utaweza kweli?" I said, "Give me a chance, because if I come here to pretend to be Gumo, I'll not manage. But I'm coming here as Team Wanyonyi. Look at me as team, and all that." From the very beginning, when I came, I think they were expecting to see some I don't know what kind of person. But when people saw me on a wheelchair, I said, "What?" But I said, "No, nothing is going to slow me. I'll keep going." And I campaigned. It was tough sometimes going out there, and you got to situations. Sometimes I went to places I did not know whether I will even come out, because you find there's so many people and they're all pushing and shoving, and like even people who are around me, they are being pushed. So I just tell them, just be calm and let's just go. I keep on asking, is the place accessible? Because I don't want to go to a place where I feel embarrassed. I don't want to go to places where I don't fit. So I keep on asking. And we fight also to make all public places accessible to people with disability. To make us, like if I'm going to a supermarket, I don't want anybody to help to keep on helping me around. If I want to go to the washroom, it should be accessible without any trouble, like that. And I make it sure that we get these things right. We are not yet there, but we will get there one day.
Yeah, I believe you'll be there. Let me ask Moshe, so far what can you say you've achieved in Westlands?
I think I have done fairly well, because I have transformed the education sector in Westlands. The schools in my constituency are now all they are digital. I've made sure that all my primary public schools have been equipped with computer labs. I have refurbished almost all the schools. I have also empowered women, whom I have given economic empowerment. I have also empowered the youth. I have changed quite many things where people now have to look at doing things differently, putting some order and creating, making people believe in themselves. That today I can make my own money, not looking at Mheshimiwa to give you handouts. I don't believe in that, because if you come to me, if it's education, we'll find a way how to help push you with your education. But if it is something to do with looking for how to make money for yourself, I have so many ways of helping you, and I look at how else can we help you. And that way I've done very well, because the groups of women we started, most of them have moved on, and if you meet them, they will testify that their life has changed, they have transformed. The youths that we have empowered, it has even created a security situation in Westlands. It has become better. The security operatives, they say it is not the way it used to be. They don't have those kind of running around with chasing people and all that, like the boys or with the border borders. It is something that we have established, and we have seen that it can work. Because I ask these women, before you become what you are doing today, did you know that you have this kind of money that now you are having? They say no, we never knew, because when we started this thing called Tepo Banking, they started with 200 shillings. Today they are telling you they are having over 2 million shillings on there when they come and sit around. So that is small money that is put together and grows. Yes.
Are you still vying for the same seat?
Yes, I will. I will. I believe I have not finished what I wanted to do. I want to finish, and my promise is this: I'll do only 2 terms.
Only 2 terms.
2 terms. I believe 2 terms I'll have finished whatever I wanted to do. Then I'll move on to something else.
That's a very good spirit. You said the thought of your wife was still by you all through, which I believe it's not an easy thing. You've seen women running away even without some situations, and your wife has been there for you. What can you say to her?
I think I will say that before she became my wife, we were friends. We were very good friends. And we believed in each other. And I believe that even me today, if it was her, I would still have stood to her. And she kept the faith, she kept the promise, and we have grown together. We believed. She believed in me, I believed in her, and we have remained what we are today. And we have brought up our children. My children have never known me walking. They have seen me in a wheelchair as far as I have 3 kids. The 2 girls, the twins, they were like 1 year old when I was short. Then we got a boy who is now in standard 6. And I think I'm a better person than maybe I was before, because these days whatever I do, I am more focused, and I do it with a lot of determination. I don't want to do anything half-half. I must finish it. And I believe that if this country, if all of us try to do something in the right way, I'm telling you, Kenya is a very, very blessed country.
Sure.
We are rich. We have so much resources. I've gone to countries that have got barely anything, but they are doing so well.
We have resources.
We have resources. What people don't realize that we have abundance of rain all over. Like throughout the year we are having rain. Gone to countries where it is a desert, barely a desert, completely nothing, and they are still doing very well. And we have a lot of other things that if we utilize them properly, this country will be on a takeoff.
That's true.
Completely.
Who is your mentor when it comes to politics?
First, it was my father. My father, he was a counselor besides being a teacher. Then later on, my brother. Then my supreme mentor is Raila Odinga.
Why him?
Because I think he plays different type of politics. He's always trying to make things work out. But I think he has been mistaken many times. But if people realize that this man can change this country, I'm sure they can give him a chance to transform this country. Because he means whatever he does. And when you look at, even when the short time he was in government, he did his things very well. And that's why you see the current government, they're just implementing what was started by the Grand Coalition government. And that is what is going on. As much as they're just thumping and saying they're doing development, there's nothing new they have initiated. All those roads they are doing, they were started by the Grand government. And most of, even electricity, even this, the railway, was started by the Grand government. They negotiated everything and left it. So them, they're just carrying on. In fact, after these 5 years, I'm sure now their time will come is in the next 5 years if they make it.
They want to be heard.
That's when people will see the reality.
Thank you so much for finding time to be with us in
Thank you.
Mass. May God bless you.
Sunday,
May
Sunday.
He expand your territory. Thank you so much for watching us. The way today I'm inspired. Sometimes you have to go through something in order for God to mold you. Until next time, may God bless you and May He expand your territory. Who is the future?
Ulole wahi tutula, ulole wahi tutula, ulole ulolu waki tutula nangwasiza ulolu